we begin with a single 10-minute round of lightweight submission grappling. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, training out of Carpe Diem, representing the United Kingdom and Japan, Craig Hutchison. And introducing the opponent, fighting out of the red corner, training out of Strela Team and Fairtex Training Center, representing Russia, Vladimir Kuchmistyi.
All right, center, please. All right, we've gone through the rules. Let's keep this clean, keep it active. Let's go for submission. Shake hand, back to your corner.
Referee Mohamed Sulaiman, who's also the third Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt inside the squared circle here tonight. One Friday Fights is the global platform searching for the next global superstar. That's what we do out here, Brian, is Kuchmistyi flies in for an Imanari roll to get things started. He's a very diverse guard player who inverts here, looks to go De La Riva to the leg locks. Getting tricky in this opening minute.
Yeah, Mitch, exciting right off the bat. Kuchmistyi told us that he's worked on his wrestling in his top game, but really it is off of his back, the guard position where he thrives and where he is his best.
Going inverted guard right here. Very comfortable in this position. Hutchison's, this is what he expected. He expected to be in this type of battle where he was gonna be forced to try to get past the legs of Kuchmistyi and work his top game. Kuchmistyi's got a very dynamic open guard, likes to attack with various submissions, especially the leg game. You can see him, he's trying to entangle the legs as Hutchison flies past in his first attempt. Very untraditional inverted guard right here as he's trying to spin his way into a leg lock. Looks like he's got a hold of it, but Hutchison clears the knee line and is out of danger temporarily. There's still a foot lock here. You can see him kind of torquing on that foot a little bit. Hutchison's gonna float over, keep staying very active. You can see him kicking the legs away, trying to prevent Kuchmistyi from really getting a good lock into one of those legs. Pay attention to the knee line, right? So Hutchison's knee, right, is out of danger as long as it's past it, right? So once Kuchmistyi can pull that leg in and get his knee essentially past his crotch, that's where the knee becomes in danger. Floating around, attacking, so many entries into the leg game coming from Kuchmistyi. It's gonna take something very creative here for Hutchison to get past those like octopus type legs. He's just so active with his legs, Brian, early on here.
He just hangs out in that inverted position. It's very unorthodox, awkward to pass. Hutchison is explosive, and he said he wanted to push the pace to make Kuchmistyi tired, to exhaust him, and that's when his moment would come. But Kuchmistyi can really relax in that inverted position and just wait for Hutchison to come to him. And probably so far, Hutchison is having to use more energy trying to get past those long, flexible legs of Kuchmistyi.
Kuchmistyi's trying to attack the right leg there, but Hutchison's doing a good job of keeping his leg on the outside, right? So now Kuchmistyi's trying to entangle, goes underneath, and attacks the leg with his arm. Now, it's going to be very important for Hutchison just to kind of squash him and not allow him to extend the leg so he can attack kind of like this, right? Now, Kuchmistyi is rolling in, right? He's threatening, crossing the legs over. Good job by Hutchison, but Hutchison is kind of forced to play defense in a lot of these situations, right? You can win a submission grappling under the global rule set by submission or most legitimate attempts. So pay attention for referee Mohamed Sulaiman to yell catch. That means an athlete has successfully attacked. There's one. Looks like he's possibly going for a calf slicer, rolling into a knee bar. Beautiful float over from Hutchison to get out of danger in that one. Oh, forcing him to get back up. Wants the stand up to engage. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kuchmistyi tries to roll into another leg lock attempt here. or if Hutchison can get a hold of the legs. Oh, he dives in for a double leg, and he gets it, secures a nice takedown. Now, if no legitimate attempts are scored by referee Mohammed Sulaiman, then you're going to go to aggression. You go to the judges' scorecards, and you look at the various categories of, you know, the one scoring criteria. You know, and aggression kind of is the one that jumps out on the judges. Who's doing the attacking, who is initiating the scrambles, and who is creating chaos there inside the circle. And right now, Hutchison is kind of playing defense. Now he's trying to attack the legs, but Kuchmistyi is doing a good job of initiating a lot of early offense, even though he's on bottom.
Yeah, that was a beautiful takedown earlier, and Kuchmistyi demonstrating some of his explosivity there. It was great timing. It was kind of out of nowhere. We were almost expecting him to roll into another leg lock, but he shot in on the double and really showed that he does have a developed wrestling game and that he can play from the top too.
Trying to snap down on the head, trying to get Hutchison to react so he could possibly attack the legs. Kuchmistyi's mixing things up here early on as we pass the halfway mark, gets in deep to a double, pulls the legs out, and puts Hutchison on his back now, forcing Hutchison to go deep into that half guard. I think he's still in full guard though.
Kuchmistyi just so relaxed. You know, Hutchison said, I want to push the pace. I want to exhaust him. I want to tire my opponent out. But it's going to be so tough to do against someone who is so calm and relaxed and also so experienced like Kuchmistyi.
This is a fast-paced match, though, so it'll be interesting to see how their cardio holds up in the last 4 minutes. Can they really start to turn things up? Now, Hutchison's got a really good armbar from this bottom position. Kuchmistyi doesn't want any part of that. Tricky little attempt into a leg lock as he's looking for the feet again, but Hutchison defends correctly. Kuchmistyi inverts. So difficult to get past somebody when they start using their legs like that. The idea behind passing the guard is to clear their legs.
Let's go, let's
and when Kuchmistyi goes inverted, which is slightly unorthodox, it creates a different set of problems. You think you could just lie on top of him and kind of go north-south, you know, but in this situation, Kuchmistyi's doing a really good job. See how he pivots like that once he gets a hold of the legs? And then you're immediately forced to defend when you thought you were on the offense. It's a very tricky guard position that Kuchmistyi has, and he's forcing Hutchison to play a lot of defense from a guy that we're normally used to seeing do very offensive moves.
That's right, Mitch. Hutchison is often so explosive. We've seen the flying arm bars from him, the jumping techniques, the type of techniques that the audience loves, but Kuchmistyi gets in that inverted position, and from there, unless you train against someone who works in that position a lot, very hard to affect a pass, and as soon as you do get into his guard, he can just turn back and start attacking the legs.
One of the examples that Hutchison kind of looks up to is the Rutolos. And the Rutolos in that situation will actually step on their opponent's legs to prevent them from really being able to use them. And they'll pin down their legs, and then they'll start to smash and squish them and then work to get past their guard. So Hutchison's going to have to try something different if he's going to want to start attacking and score some points here in this with 2 minutes left as Kuchmistyi tries to get airborne, taking a page from Hutchison's book with the flying attack, rolls underneath with the Imanari roll, gets the ankle pick, pulls it in, gets right into a leg and uses that for a brilliant sweep to put down Hutchison.
You can see him too, pulling the leg in, looking to isolate onto the knee. Hutchison, though, always doing a great job of pulling his legs out. You talked about the knee line, not giving it up. You're a bit of a leg knot. Looks like Kuchmistyi's working on the ankle. Doesn't have anything solid, though, at this point.
Yeah, he's attempting something called a toe hold, which is a very painful foot lock, but it's really tough to submit somebody the level of Hutchison with a foot lock. It can be done as he inverts here to look to get into that leg. Has a decent position. Can he make something out of it? Rolls into the leg lock. Has the leg trap, but again, the knee is past the crotch and essentially out of danger.
Kuchmistyi standing up there looking to pass guard himself leap over the guard of Hutchison. Tables have turned here a little bit. Hutchison scooting from his guard position, looking to attack the leg. And they're back here kind of in this 50-50 each, looking for a leg lock now, Mitch.
Kuchmistyi steps over, isolates that right leg. Now he's gonna be able to roll through. Yup, completes it. Gets in, but again, Hutchison immediately clears that knee line, pushes down on it, and creates a little bit of safety for him, but again, he forces himself to play defense. He needs to be able to establish some kind of attacks here as we approach the 20-second mark left in this match. There's only one round. It's one big 10-minute round, so there is no additional time. It will go to the judges' scorecards unless one of these two grapplers can pull off something incredible in the last 10 seconds. As Kuchmistyi looks to attack the leg. Now he possibly has a knee bar. He's trying to pull on it, but the knees are slightly out of position. Can he finish? No, he cannot. Time has elapsed in our lightweight submission grappling contest, and we go to the judges' scorecards.
Kuchmistyi just did such a good job of being relaxed, using his experience. Expected some fireworks from Hutchison, but he ended up really struggling to pass the guard and having to play a lot more defense than he probably expected here. Again, Kuchmistyi going for the leg. You talked about the knee line. Hutchison did a great job of keeping his legs out of danger. More from that inverted position as Kuchmistyi spins and spins into another leg attack. An unorthodox style, but very impressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 minutes of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. All three judges have scored this contest in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Vladimir Kuchmistyi!
Vladimir Kuchmistyi gets a big win for Team Fairtex Training Center and makes a statement in his debut by taking out Craig Hutchison. Big victory for Vladimir Kuchmistyi. Ladies and gentlemen, we just getting started, and we got some bantamweight mixed martial arts coming up as Ilyas Isaev faces Arlson